Hi everybody, I'm back again. Hope everybody's week has been a fantastic one, and I thought I'd jump on here. I had a quick minute. I'm in my car again, but with 3 kids it's quiet, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So today we're gonna discuss 3 things that I think is super important, especially this week. I was feeling this. I kind of asked, what is it that I need to send to you guys as some words of advice for the week to get you through this kind of up and down energy week, and lots going on astrology wise, a lot going on in the collective, a lot going on energy wise. I know myself personally, energy, everybody's feeling it, and sometimes it's easy to get bogged down in that and get frustrated and down and just get into that bottomless pit of, I don't know what I'm doing, and being negative. So let's talk about some positive ways to navigate this week. So I kind of got 3 things that came to me that I thought I'd share with you. The first one that I think is super important right now is grounding. And if you haven't been grounding, or you don't know what it is, I do have a video on my channel talking about grounding and the benefits of it. There's also some movies that talk about the importance of grounding, but right now, with the energy in the collective as it is, things going on around us, and it feels like you're almost in like that turbine or tornado, hurricane, whatever. You feel like you're spinning out of control. That's when you need to pull yourself back and ground. So there's simple ways of doing this. This is not rocket science. This is really simple things you can do at home wherever you are. 2 ways you can ground. Number 1, barefoot on the grass, wherever, whether that's in your backyard, friend's house, a park, wherever it's safe to do so. Take your socks off, take your shoes off, and put your bare foot on the ground. Walk around in the grass for a while, or sit with if you wanted to meditate, you could sit on the grass, you could lay down on the grass. Whatever it is that you need to do to get your skin on Mother Earth, and Mother Earth will heal you. The other way you could ground as well is to, I know it sounds really silly, but like hug a tree or sit up against a tree. And it doesn't really sound that silly. As a kid, I used to do that all the time, not knowing any benefits that it had. I just did it because I love trees. So get outside, get on the earth. You could also sit up with your back right up against a tree as well. And your feet again planted on the earth in front of you. You could meditate under a tree. You could just read under a tree. You could just sit and have some quiet time under a tree, whatever. But get out there and start grounding, and you'll find a big, huge difference. If you're in an area where you don't have access to grass or trees, another thing you could do is look online. There's lots of different things you can purchase for grounding. So you can do grounding mats, there's belts, there's bracelets, I think there's shirts. Lots of different things that you could purchase online if that's difficult for you at this point, especially with this pandemic that's going on around you. Anyways, so number 1 is grounding. Super important. Number 2, I just jotted this down. Being mindful of your energy. So being mindful of your energy, being mindful of other people's energy. Everybody is going through this shift in consciousness right now at a different rate, a different way. But that's the whole basis behind everything that's going on in the world right now, is that, and I don't want to get too much into this because some people will be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. What are you talking about? But that we are raising in consciousness, and that's what this whole thing is about. That we are more powerful than you believe or anybody else thinks. And that's what is happening. We're shifting. We are almost like that caterpillar butterfly stage. We're going through that metamorphosis into that butterfly. So being mindful of your energy means that protecting yourself And also, I like to think of it as being like a hawk. So if you want to look at, you're going into a situation where maybe it's a family member or a close friend or a neighbor or something that you have to be conversing with or in their energy, and they're just like that energy vampire, protecting yourself, but also choosing who you're hanging out with, right? If they're sucking your energy and then you're leaving and you're feeling depleted and awful about yourself, then those people are not the people to be hanging out with, right? So being a hawk, being like the observer, pulling yourself back, looking at the situation and saying, is this right for me? Does this feel right? You should feel it in your gut, right? We always say gut instincts, right? Oh, I don't know. There's something I just can't put my finger on that person, right? I've said that. I've been there. I've felt it. So being mindful of your energy. What are you putting out? And what are you getting from them? Don't allow their energy to become your energy. That's not you. That's them. So if you get in a situation where all of a sudden you're feeling like anxious and the person's kind of rude or abrasive or abrupt with you, is that really worth your time? Right? Yes, there's some situations where you kind of have to deal with it, but really this is about you taking back your energy and figuring out who you are. So be mindful of who you're sharing your energy with, and always uplift, always be positive, always, lead with love, but be aware of the people that you're around, because they could be draining you or you could be taking on their energy, and that's not you. Okay, so be mindful of energy, be mindful of others. I find it a lot when I go, now shopping, if I have to go get groceries or whatever. I'm the crazy lady that's in the grocery store, like smiling at everybody and telling them to have a great day and that kind of thing, because I think a lot of people maybe my smile was the only smile they saw that day. Maybe they've lost their job and I just made them feel good for a second. You should always be putting out positive energy or putting out your awesomeness, right? If someone else isn't there, that's okay, but your little awesomeness has brought them up a little bit in their vibration. So we want to stay high vibe all the time, okay? The third thing that I wrote down was meditation and how important meditation is. I think I might do a completely separate video specifically just for meditation. But we really, really, really need to be doing meditation. And some people are like, meditation, that's just garbage. I don't like it, whatever. It will change your life. I'm telling you right now. So number one, you don't have to start with an hour-long meditation. Some people think, oh my gosh, I don't have the time. You don't have the time for 1 minute or 2 minutes. You do. You have 1 or 2 minutes in a day somewhere. Whether it's before bed, whether it's first thing in the morning, right at lunchtime when you're eating your lunch, maybe you're going on a jog or working out or whatever you're doing. You can be doing different types of meditations. Like you can do a walking meditation, you can do an actual sitting meditation, you could do a lying down on a couch or in your bed meditation. You do what works for you. Okay? I'm not going to go into the science about it. I'm not going to go into any of that. I'm talking about energy specifically here. We need to be opening up our heart chakras. And the other thing you can do is go online to YouTube, and there are tons and tons of heart chakra opening meditations, or even just listening to the I think it's the 528 and 432 hertz meditations online. There's tons of them. Just Google or just go on YouTube and punch those in, and there'll be a whole selection for you to choose from there. So start with 1 or 2 meditations a day of 1 or 2 minutes. And then once you kind of are feeling confident with that, increase it again. Maybe it's 2 and 4 minutes, or maybe you want to move up to a 5-minute one or a 10-minute one, whatever you feel comfortable with. But get into your heart space. That is where we vibrate. And that is your, like, if you want to go to like a default setting on your computer, right? Your default should be your heart chakra. Right now we're all in our ego, and ego doesn't do anything but divide us. So we need to connect with others. We need to send out love. We need to be thinking of love and others, and how can I serve others, and how can I help others. And this is all what's happening in the heart chakra. Two people you could look up as well that are very well known and have done a lot of research. Number one is Joe Dispenza, and he has tons of videos on there. He's phenomenal, incredible. He talks about the science behind it. He talks about studies he's done, talks about how he healed himself. Basically, that's where we are. We are supposed to be in our heart center or heart chakra. We are in our ego. We're moving from ego to heart. That is why all this stuff is going on in the world. That is where our power lies. That is how we love each other. That is how we connect to each other. That is how we become one. We are the human race, right? We're all the same. So get into your heart chakra, get into your heart space, and start by doing meditations to get there. It's going to take some time, but you will notice a huge difference. There's people that have ADHD that were on significant amount of medications, have started meditating, and they don't need it anymore. There's people that have anxiety and depression. Again, start meditating, don't need it anymore. Again, it's a craft, it's a technique. You have to practice. It's not just something that you sit down and go, oh, I can meditate for 2 days. No, you need to learn how to do it, and you need to go slow. Okay, so you don't get frustrated, or you get overwhelmed. And the other person's story, so Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton are two really good people to look up. And I know Joe Dispenza has a couple online meditations. I don't know about Bruce Lipton. I haven't looked him up for that. But tons of things on YouTube that you could use that are free. All of these are free. Grounding, free. Being mindful of your energy, free. But it takes the awareness. You have to be aware consciously of where your energy is going, how you are using your energy in a day. Okay? And then the meditation piece as well. Anyways, have a fantastic week. I hope these 3 things can help you out. I hope you guys are stable this week and the energy isn't throwing you off. I'm up and down all over the place, selling a house, trying to pack up things with 3 kids and this weather. We're in a bit of a heat wave right now. So my kids want to do nothing. And I've got tons of things to do. Anyways, you have a fantastic week, and be mindful of your energy and send out love to everyone. Have a great day. Bye.